Hey, thank you so much for joining me today. I'm stoked to be here. This is going to be a 30-minute low-intensity, steady-state cardio workout, a LISS cardio workout that you can do right from home. We're going to keep the impact super low on this one. No jumping. It's going to be nice and quiet. We're also going to keep this knee-friendly. There's not going to be any squatting or lunging or things that are typically aggravating to knee pain. The last thing that I want to mention is professionally, I work a lot with pregnant and postpartum women. We're going to keep all the exercises in this workout postpartum friendly, diastasis recti friendly, so I hope that helps you out as well. I'm going to go ahead and hit start on my timer right here, and let's get started with our first exercise, which is going to be some marching with some overhead reaches. Looks just like this. As my left knee comes up, my right arm goes up, and then I repeat that on the opposite with my right knee, left arm. We're going to keep it right here. Looks good. For this workout, we're going to do 50-10 intervals, meaning I'm going to do 50 seconds of work and then about 10 seconds of rest. We might even turn that into an active rest, active recovery if we need to. So right here, we're just getting things started, just getting things warmed up with some tall knees, with some high marches, with some overhead reaches. Looks just like this. Looks good. We've got about 10 seconds left. Keeping the intensity nice and moderate. I will explain more about that to you. 3, 2, 1. Looks just like that. Very nice. We've got a 10-second rest, and then we're just going to get into some side steps with some arm circles. Looks good. So here we go in 3, 2, 1. Nice arm circles out to the side. Side step, side step. So again, kind of a warm-up with these first two, just to get the blood flowing, just to get the joints moving. Looks just like this. Okay, so let's talk about LISS cardio. Let's talk about this low intensity cardio. Let's talk about why you need it. Let's talk about how you specifically can make this workout work for you. It's something that not a lot of YouTubers talk about. It's something that you don't really find much on these YouTube channels. So I want this to be not only effective for you physically, but I want this to be educational as well. We've got about 10 seconds left on this one right here. So when we talk about intensity, when we talk about workout intensity, 3, 2, 1, the only measurement that we have of our intensity, how hard we're working, is our heart rate. The next thing we're going to get into are some quiet jacks. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Side step out, reach overhead, and then repeat that on the opposite side. So the only way that we really have to measure the intensity of a workout for you personally, as an individual, is your heart rate. The higher your heart rate, the higher the intensity of the workout. And so when we talk about how intense your workout was, that's one thing that we need to monitor. We need to monitor your heart rate in order to gauge how hard you're working. You'll see that I've got a wrist monitor on. I've got my Apple Watch, and then I've also got a chest monitor on today so that I can get a little bit more accurate reading. If you don't have a wrist-based monitor or a chest strap, I highly recommend that you get one, especially if monitoring your heart rate is going to be something that you're going to be doing regularly. Looks good. There's 50 seconds there. Quiet jacks. Next one's going to be a bent over row and reach. So we're going to get into this bent over position. Lower back's nice and straight. We're going to row, squeeze your shoulder blades together, return to that starting position, reach overhead, and then come back. So it's just like that, holding nice and static, nice and strong through the hips, through the core, and then we're just going to hit right here, squeeze and reach. And so we need to find a nice heart rate monitor, totally worth the investment. If you're going to be exercising regularly, you definitely want to measure your intensity, because there are some days where you might feel like you go in and you're dying and you're like giving it your all and you're like, holy cow, this is such a hard workout, and then you look at your heart rate monitor and you're only in like a 50 or 60% zone. There's just no way of knowing that subjectively without the heart rate monitor. So I do recommend that you pick one up. Nice job, you guys. So we've got our 10-second rest here, low interval, and then we're going to get into some alternating punches. Right here, athletic stance. We're going to step with the right, punch with the right, step with the left, punch with the left. So it looks just like this right here. And so for this video, I'll be measuring my heart rate. I'll be monitoring it. Let me give you a measurement on it real quick. I'm at 93
3 right now. So I gotta kick it up a little bit. I need to be a little bit higher. And so if you don't have a heart rate monitor, I've linked to a few of my favorites. I like the Apple Watch, I like Fitbit, I like Garmin. For the chest straps, I like Polar. All of those are linked in the description to this video. So if you want to check those out, I highly recommend them. Okay, so let's talk a little bit more about heart rate. We've got 7 seconds left on these alternating punches. Here we go. Looks good, you guys. 3, 2, 1. Alternating punches. Good job. Next thing we're going to get into are some quarter squat side steps. And so with as much room as you have, we're going to get into a little quarter squat as low as you can. Again, I said this was knee friendly at the beginning of this video. So as low as you can, comfortably, and then with as much room as you can, quarter squats, side steps. Let's just like this. So let's talk intensity. In the fitness world, in the medical world, we use a really simple calculation to calculate someone's maximum heart rate. We call it your age-adjusted maximum heart rate because we use your age in number of years. What you're going to do is take the number 220 and you're going to subtract your age in years. And so I am 38 at the time of filming this video. If I take 220 minus 38, my age-adjusted maximum heart rate is 182. 3, 2, 1. Means that I should, in theory, max my heart rate out at 182 beats per minute. Nice job, you guys. Good morning reaches. So we're going to come down here into a good morning. Back's nice and straight. Hinge of the hips. Use your hips to reach up. Reach your arms up and over your head. So hinge down. So basically toe touch and then right back up. Looks just like that. And so according to that age-adjusted maximum heart rate theory, my maximum heart rate is 182. Well, so now we've got to talk about heart rate zones. And there are different zones that you can work out in according to your heart rate, depending on what your goals are. Now, most people think that in order to burn the maximum number of calories and burn the maximum amount of fat, you've got to go as hard as you can, as long as you can, keep the intensity high, get as sweaty as possible. Those are the things that we've been taught. The more we sweat, the more calories we burn. The harder we work, the more calories we burn, which is absolutely right. Let's see, we're gonna do some right side kicks. Athletic stance here on my left, right, we're just lifting right out to the side, right here, just like this. Feeling it right in this glute med muscle. You're gonna feel it in this stance leg as well. This is gonna be a tough one, I'm not gonna lie. By the time 50 seconds are up, you're gonna be ready for a break. Of course, then we have to do the other side. So a lot of people will think the higher, the harder, the faster we go, the more calories we burn, which is correct. But at the same time, what people don't realize is that not all calories are burned the same way. And so your carbs are going to burn differently than your proteins, than your fat. The 3 macronutrients, carbs, proteins, and fat. Nice job, you guys. 5 seconds left on this one. I hope you're burning. I know that one is right over here at this left side. 3, 2, 1, nice job. And so most of the higher intensity activities that we do, 3, 2, 1, burn a lot of carbohydrates. And so when we're up above like a 70 to 80% heart rate threshold, you're burning a lot of carbohydrates. You're burning a lot of calories, but a lot of those are coming from the food that you recently ate. And so again, hard, hot, fast workouts burn hard, hot, fast calories, carbohydrates. If we want to burn fat, and ideally, I think most of you out there, if you're following along with this workout, the goal is probably burn some stored body fat. Now, we can preferentially burn stored body fat by keeping our heart rate below that carbohydrate threshold. And so if we can keep our heart rate below a 70% range, in a 50 to 70% heart rate range, that's actually going to burn fat more effectively. Nice job, you guys. 3 seconds, we're gonna do some overhead claps. Here we go, right here, arms out to the side, palms up, looks just like this. Now, if your knees are okay, I like to add even a little quarter squat to these, just as low as you can. Don't need to go into a full squat, but if you're looking to kick on one more muscle group, that's how we do it, just like that. And so the 50 to 70% heart rate range is what we refer to in the business as a fat burn heart rate range. And so if you want to burn fat more effectively, you can actually decrease your intensity to burn more stored body fat, which is a really cool thing, right? So that's the whole premise of low intensity steady state or LISS cardio, is to burn fat and store body fat more effectively by decreasing your intensity. Nice job, you guys. So those are the overhead claps. Looks good. We're gonna do some tall marches, some high knees next. So we're right here. We're gonna march right, march left, and then do that as fast as you can. So high knees, if we're really getting into it, we're right here, but we want to just keep it right here in this range. So to conclude this part of the discussion, I told you earlier, 220, subtract your age in years. If I subtract 38, the maximum heart rate is 182. If I want to stay in my target fat burn zone, I'm going to stay 50 to 70% of 182. So if I multiply 182 by 0.5, that's going to give me 91. If I multiply 182 by 0.7, that gives me 128. Therefore, my target heart rate range for LISS activity, or for fat burning cardio activity, is I want my heart rate to be between 91 and 128. And then I want to keep it there in a steady state. Nice job, you guys. Next, let's see, we got heel tap jacks. Right here, we're going to come up into a jack, a jumping jack, but I'm going to tap my heel and do that 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're going to switch it up, and we're going to do it over here on the other side. Don't hit your barbell. 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks good, you guys. Nice job. 4. Nice job. Okay, and so again, the goal is that for me, I want to keep that heart rate right in between 91 and 128 beats per minute. That's where the low intensity part comes in on all of this. But then I want to keep it there for the duration of my workout. That's where the steady state part comes in. And so if let's see, I thought I was done. I don't want to be done. So right now, I'm at 125. Sorry, let's see, I'm slacking. Windmill toe touches. So we're right here. You're gonna drop down as low as you can towards your toe. Right hand, left toe, left hand, right toe. Looks just like that. Keep your back nice and straight. Hinge at your hips. Keep your chest nice and tall. I don't want you to round forward. I want you to hinge forward at your hips. And it looks just like this, is what the windmills look like. And so what did I tell you guys? So I'm at 120 right now. And so if I'm monitoring my heart rate while I'm doing this workout, again, my numbers are 91 on the low end, that's the 50% range, and 128 on the high end, that's the 70% range. I'm usually a little bit of an overachiever. Sometimes it's hard for me to take my intensity down that low, and so I tend to gravitate a little more towards the 70% side. Let's see, that was the windmill toe. So we've got 3-way taps on the right. So we're gonna come side, 1, 2, 3, back, 1, 2, 3, marches, 1, 2, 3. And then we're gonna repeat that on the other side. So side, 2, 3, back, 2, 3, forward, 1, 2. Nice job, you guys, looks good. So the point that I was making is, you know, my take is, if we're gonna do this, we might as well burn as many fat calories as possible. If we keep towards the 70% range, we're still gonna preferentially burn fat. We're still in that fat burn zone, but we're gonna burn a few more calories while we're at it. So I hope you find that helpful. Again, that's something that, in my experience, not a lot of YouTubers talk about. My intensity is gonna look different than yours. It's gonna look different from anyone else's who does this. And so, let's see, we're supposed to just go on the right foot there, but I was alternating each time. That's my bad, I messed that up, you guys. So let's just do this one more time. I didn't read, we were supposed to do them all on the right. This one's supposed to be all on the left. I'm gonna start over. I'm sweaty, you're sweaty. We'll just keep alternating like this, and then we're actually gonna run through this, all these exercises one more time. We'll get it right the next time, I promise. My bad, guys. Looks good though. I'm sweating. I hope that you are too. Oh, I'm a little, oh no, I'm right there, okay. 111 beats per minute is where I'm at right now. And so you see the importance of a heart rate monitor. You see the importance of being able to track this on your own. You could follow along with what I'm doing, but my heart rate's gonna respond differently to exercise than your heart rate will. Now we've got 2 side steps with a hamstring curl. So 1, 2, curl, and then go back. 1, 2, curl, just like that. 1, 2, curl. And so it's important that you monitor your heart rate while we're doing this LISS cardio workout. Looks good, you guys. Keep it up. So I hope that that clears a lot of things up. I mentioned in the intro to this video, I do a lot of work with pregnant and postpartum women. One of the main goals that a lot of these postpartum women come to me with is, hey Jared, help me lose my baby weight. Help me lose this mommy tummy. And this is one of the key parts of that. I give a lot of nutrition advice also, because really that's the most important. That's the most important thing that you can do when we talk about burning belly fat, losing baby weight, is to watch your nutrition, watch what you eat. Okay, so now let's circle through them again. We're gonna start with some quiet jacks. Here we go, quiet jacks. 1, 2. Actually, we're alternating. I'm so sorry. Okay, here we go. Just like that, right? And then left. And so I give a lot of nutrition advice. Definitely want to try to clean up your eating. If your goal is to burn fat and to burn stored belly fat, one of the best things you can do are activities like this to burn fat, but then just stop storing so much fat. And you do that by eating the right things at the right time. So we certainly want to be mindful of that too. Looks good, you guys. 9 seconds. 5. 4. Nice shot. So there's your quiet jacks. Bent over row and reach. So our next one. Heart rate right now is at 121, so I'm still right in that range. Into the hips. We're gonna row and reach. Upper body, some back with this, some hips, some lower back. Great exercise for all those areas. So I mentioned working with, pregnant and postpartum women. A big part of that is the home program that I sell. It's called the Mommy Tummy Fix. You can learn more about it at mommytummyfix.com. I've also got it linked down in the description to this video. And so when we're done here, be sure to check that out. Basically, the goal is to help women rehab their bodies and strengthen their core and lose weight after pregnancy. It's one of the most rewarding things that I do as a physical therapist. I love to work with this population. I love to help you ladies who are out there. I love to help you to accomplish your post-pregnancy goals. It's a really cool thing. So let's see some alternating punches. Step right, punch right, step left, punch left. Looks just like this. So the Mommy Tummy Fix, it includes a core workout plan, it's 6 progressive phases of a core workout plan to help you to, again, rehab your abs after pregnancy. And honestly, it's a great core plan. Helps you to activate your deep core muscles, your core stabilizers, same exercises that I use a lot with low back pain, things like that. Super effective, that's included. You get clean eating advice. You actually get an entire LISS cardio guide. There are 30 included LISS cardio workouts that are just like this one that you can do at home. We've got some with weights, we've got some with bands. A lot of them are no equipment, just like this. Nice job, you guys. Alternating punches, quarter squat, side steps. Here we go. So again, if you're interested in checking that out, mommytummyfix.com. Hope that helps. Nice job, you guys. Down here in a quarter squat, nice and tight. Quads are active, hip abductors are active. back and forth, just like this. Right now I'm at 110 beats per minute. And so if I want to go a little harder, if my heart rate is below where I want it to be, kick your intensity up so I can get into even some of these side shuffles. If I were to do this for 50 seconds, that would raise my heart rate because it's going a little harder. If your heart rate's too high, you might even just kind of slow it down, get it back down within that range where we want it to be. I'm at 115. Nice job. There's the quarter squat, side steps. Next, we've got some good morning reaches. You'll see that even during our rest breaks, here we go, hinge the hips, up and reach. Even during our rest breaks, I'm not just sitting around. I'm not actually resting. It's a little more of an active rest, just to keep my heart rate right where I want it to be, right in that 50 to 70% range. Looks good. So I mentioned that here on Tone and Titan's YouTube channel, I have quite a few other LISS cardio workouts. I'll let you guys find those easily. If you're enjoying this workout so far, if you want to come back tomorrow, try another LISS cardio workout with me, I've got links down in the description to this video so that you can check out some of those other LISS, those other low intensity, steady state cardio options that I've got right here on my channel. So I hope that helps you out. Awesome, you guys, looks really good. Good morning reaches, we're gonna do those right side kicks. So right here, athletic, kicking out to the side with the right. This one's gonna burn a little bit more for round 2. Here we go. Well, again, what I found here on YouTube is not a lot of creators would walk you through how to find your specific target heart rate range and how to stay in that and how to monitor that. You know, if all you're doing is following along with whoever's on the screen and not monitoring your own heart rate, you might be working too hard, you might not be working hard enough. There's a lot of variability to it. So I hope that following this, you can track your heart rate. You can look at it whenever I look at mine. I'm at 116, I'm right in that range, right in that sweet spot. You can track yours and make sure that you're doing the same thing. Make sure that your efforts are helping you to progress towards your goals. That's what we're all about. Nice shot, here we go. Side step or side kicks on the left. Nice shot. Looks good, you guys. And so again, hope this helps you out. Hope this gives you a little more perspective, a little more guidance. Again, if you want to check out some of those other LISS videos that I've got here on my channel, please feel free to do that. And all of them. I made this one, I had a lot of comments from people saying, hey, can you do a workout like this that doesn't include so many squats and lunges? All of the LISS workouts that I have are all postpartum friendly. They're all diastasis recti or abdominal separation friendly. But this is the first one that I filmed that are both postpartum friendly and me friendly. So hope this is okay. Hope that you guys are enjoying this. Nice job, you guys. Overhead claps right here. The other cool thing about these low intensity workouts is, I mean, we're getting a good sweat in. I know that I am anyway. But they're also really quiet. If you live in an apartment or if you have a little baby sleeping in the next room that you don't want to wake up, this is a great workout to run through. It's nice and quiet. You're not going to get much complaints with this one, hopefully. So I hope you guys enjoy that too. Nice job, you guys. We got 10 seconds left. These overhead claps, and then we're going to get into some tall marches, some high knees. Nice job. Looks good. Where are we at? 112. Nice. So I'm staying right there. So again, I feel like I'm working pretty hard, but if I look at my heart rate, I can actually work a little bit harder. So we're going to go maybe a little faster on this one, see if I can get that heart rate up a little bit higher. I'd like it to be in kind of the high 120s. That's what I normally shoot for. Looks good, you guys. The other thing that I might mention about a LISS workout when we compare it to a HIIT workout, if you do a true HIIT workout, if you go as hard as you can for, a true HIIT workout's about 30 to maximum 45 minutes. And by the end of that, you're pretty gassed. You put your body through quite a bit. Rarely can people come back and give the same effort day after day after day. And so if you're doing 5 or 6 days in a row at this HIIT intensity, at a true HIIT intensity greater than 80% heart rate, it's gonna take its toll on your body. Nice job, you guys. Heel tap jacks. Okay, so here we go. Start up here, heel tap, 1, and we're gonna go 5 on each side. And so if you're doing a lot of the higher intensity stuff, you might be able to do it 5 days one week, 5 days the next week, but eventually you're gonna start to notice some pain creep in because your body, you're not giving your body adequate recovery time. You're putting it through a lot of stress without giving it the recovery time that it needs. What's great about these LISS workouts is that we're burning a bunch of calories, but we're not stressing our body out. We're not stressing our muscles. We're not stressing our tendons and joints to the point where it's eventually going to cause breakdown in our body, to the point where eventually it's going to lead to an overuse tendinopathy type injury. That's something that I deal with a lot in my clinic. Heel tap, so let's see, windmill toe touches. Here we go, windmill toe touch. Looks just like that, you guys. Nice job. And so what's cool about these lower intensity workouts is that you can string them together back to back to back, day after day, and with decreased risk for injury. Let's put it that way. Minimal risk for injury because we're not breaking that higher intensity threshold. The other question that I get asked a lot is, Jared, I did your 30-minute video, felt good, can I go longer? The answer is absolutely. The more you can work this into your schedule, if you have an hour, play this video twice. Or maybe try one of my other videos and run through that. Most of what I have here online, here on YouTube, is in that 30-minute range. I found that that's kind of the sweet spot. Let's see, that was the windmill. So now we're gonna get the 3-way taps. We're gonna do them all on the right. 1, 2, 3, 1, backwards, 3, and then the tall marches, and then we're gonna just repeat that. So we should have done it the first time, I'm sorry. So if you have the time, and if you want to do this for an hour or 45 minutes, run through this video one more time or find another one of my videos here that's another 30 minutes, absolutely, please feel free to do that. People ask, well, what's the minimum? Most research out there says that you should aim for this steady state of about 30 minutes. So that's why I like to film these videos in 30-minute intervals. But honestly, don't let that deter you. If you've only got 15 minutes, do it for 15 minutes. Because 15 minutes is a lot better than 0 minutes every day. You're gonna see a big difference with that. So 30 is the sweet spot. If you got more time, absolutely run through more. If you've got less time than the whole 30 minutes, maybe you just run through half of this video in the morning, and then if you can, do another half of the video at nighttime. If you only can get through half of it in a day, only get through half of it in a day. Whatever you can do, that's the important part. The important part is that we're moving, trying to be a little more active. We're trying to keep our heart rate, we're getting our heart rate up, but we're not getting it up too high. We're not getting it up above the threshold where we need it to be to burn those fat calories out of our body. Nice job, you guys. God, you're looking great. 3-way taps on the left, and then we just got one more exercise after this. Looks great. Nice job. 3, 2, 1. Just like that. See where my heart rate's at. We're still at the 119. Nice job. Again, I'm wearing a watch. I've got my Apple Watch on. Then I've also got a chest strap or a chest monitor. 2 side steps, 1, 2, and a hamstring curl. 1, 2. And so I've got the chest strap on. If you're interested in my gear, the stuff that I'm wearing, again, it's a Polar Bluetooth chest strap. Really nice because it talks right to the watch. And so it's a little more accurate than just the wrist base. If you're interested in any of that, any of the equipment that I'm using, I've got it all linked in the description. If you're interested in more cardio workouts, if this is all you got through today, again, that's fantastic. But if you want to come back tomorrow, come back and do this again tomorrow. You can string these together day after day, or once again, I've got all my other LISS cardio videos linked down in the description where you can string these together, and I hope that helps out. There it is, everybody. I'm gonna kill this. 30-minute, I didn't kill it. 30-minute low intensity steady state cardio workout right here on Tone and Tighten. I'm also gonna link, here's some of the other ones that I like. Click on these for more great LISS videos. You can come back and watch those tomorrow. If you haven't subscribed to Tone and Tighten here on YouTube, hit this circle button to do that. I'd love to see you back for more. Until next time, we'll see you again here on Tone and Tighten.